Hello and welcome to the Matt's Movie Reviews podcast. I am your host, Matthew Pejkovic, and this is episode number 571. Available now on Shudder is When Evil Lurks, a demonic possession horror movie that tells the story of two brothers who try to stop a demonic infestation from spreading beyond their village. One of the best horror movies of 2023, When Evil Lurks proficiently and graphically presents a demonic possession movie that is unique in its vision and uncompromising in its filmmaking. And joining me now is the director and writer of When Evil Lurks, Mr. Demián Rugna. Demián, I thank you so very much for your time today.
Hi, Matt. Well, I'm glad to be here. I'm very happy to having me in your podcast. So, great.
I'm very happy to have you as well. When Evil Lurks is a movie that absolutely stunned me. I love the film so much. There's a quote in the movie, and I just want to bring it up now. God is dead, and the world of churches ended quickly. It's a quote that sets up your world in the movie. It's a post-God world, and it's interesting because in the world of demonic possession movies, the church, the role of God, the role of clergy play a very big part. In your film, it doesn't exist. What was the intention behind having this post-God world in your movie? And did you feel you needed to do that to differentiate your film from other demonic possession films?
Well, I will start with the last question. I guess my it's hard to say this is different from another, but I could say it is a special movie. Why it is special? It is because I have all the freedom that I wanted to have. Nobody from distributors, nobody from producers, nobody from the studio told me it is too much. No, not do that. And I wrote what you saw in the movie, and I have all the freedom. And this probably make it different and make it special. All the freedom that I needed as a filmmaker and as an author is there. It's in the movie, and it's not easy to find a movie with a big release or probably in theaters with this kind of I don't know tale because sometimes the franchise and the movie that came from studio has a pattern or has a template to follow to reach more audience, to reach probably more territories or whatever. But this is simple as a big fan of horror who made a movie that I thought it's gonna work for horror lovers. Why is not the God in my movie? Because well, I'm not a religion man. I'm not atheist, but I think there's something that rules the world. But I don't think that as the religion is the the explanation. And obviously, when I thought in this Rodan, I mean, in this possessed guy, I say, okay, probably I want to make an exorcism movie, but what happened if the religion is not there, if the church is not there, or they're not there, doesn't have the solution for this guy. So I thought, okay, I will kill the church and I will try to make an exorcism movie, but without exorcism. I mean, it's a failed exorcism. And it brings from the beginning of the movie and it gave me a lot of elements to explore. And the movie is exploring is I'm trying to explore that world that I invented. Just simple as that. It's not for it's not a political posture. I mean, it's because I think it could be great to have an exorcism movie without church. That's
The Matt's Movie Reviews podcast is brought to you by Fandango. Get the latest showtimes, guaranteed tickets, browse Rotten Tomatoes scores, and watch trailers with Fandango, the #1 movie ticketing app. The other thing about your film is the nature of evil in your movie is uncompromising. There's a weight, there's a very dense feeling of dread throughout your film. When it comes to how you wanted to depict evil, the demonic in your movies, what inspires you to portray it the way that you have in your movie? Do you look to other horror movies? Do you look to theology? Do you look to spiritual elements? What were the elements that really influenced you and how you built that world of evil in your movie?
well, actually, there's a political when the politics came. I guess I always have an idea in my mind to make a movie with false news. I mean, with how the fascism get in your head with the media and make the people crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought in a story and during a couple of years, but actually I guess at the final of this process, I find the way to make it in a horror movie. For me, I mean, I don't know what happened in Australia, but here in Argentina, you have a lot of media who trying to push to our society to kill themselves. I mean, this is a metaphor, but and how is the bad ideas get in your head and push to you to do something that is not convenient for you and for your people. And I guess the idea to kill the angel that you have in your shoulder and just keep the demon that you have in your another shoulder probably is a part of this process of that idea is spreading and some people could take them and some people not, and some people could hack the mind, stealing information to use against them in the future. And I guess it came from that idea. Yeah, I guess, and others, the movie is a horror movie for the first. I mean, I don't want to make a political movie or I want to make a horror movie with this. My idea is to the people who watch the horror movie is watching a horror movie, but probably you have some levels to comprehension that you probably absorb or not. But I prefer the people to just love the horror movie, nothing more of that.
The Matt's Movie Reviews podcast is brought to you by TeePublic. TeePublic is the world's largest marketplace for independent creators to sell their work on the highest quality merchandise. With over 1.2 million designs, TeePublic is sure to have something you love. Something that really affected me when I watched your film is that I am a father. I'm a father to two boys. And when I watched the character of Pedro in your movie trying to protect his children from what seems to be an unstoppable force, really scared me, because I think the biggest fear that parents have is that it's them against the world, and the world is out to get their children. Is that something that you really wanted to tap into as well in regards to that character? That even this man who's desperate and trying to protect his children, he can't even find an ice cream for his son. It's so desperate the situation. Is that something that really you wanted to really tap into, that no matter how hard sometimes we try to protect the ones we love, there are things that are out of our hands that we just can't protect them from?
Well, I love to explore this kind of desperation. I'm not a father. I have no kids, uh, but obviously I'm son, and I have my friends, my sister. I live with kids. I mean, but the desperation from a guy who's trying to escape from the outside, the demons, but at the same time he's trying to escape from himself, his own demons. He's trying to realize if this is true, what I did in the past was true, what I did, what I'm doing now is for real, and if I'm doing this, what I'm doing is something wrong or not. And that struggle with himself, in the same time he's trying to protect his family, for me is give to the character 3D aspect, and even with how is his own society, or his own people who surround him reacting with him, looking at him as a crazy guy, as a demon, because when he go to the sheriff station, the sheriff said, "You're crazy. You had pro in the past." And then he go to his ex-wife house. We realize that, and after uh, even his own brother, I'm not sure if his brother is so. Obviously, I try to give to this character more layers, to give more reach the story. And yes, I don't know, when you are desperate, you make a lot of mistakes, you make a lot of I mean, I'm trying to put on the screen too. Probably if he comply the rules, uh probably he gonna get a goal, and he gonna save his family. I don't want to spoil the movie, but we, as in desperate situation, gonna make a lot of mistakes, and I guess this is what I try to do.
The Matt's Movie Reviews podcast is brought to you by Gift Card Store. Australia's leading provider of gift cards, Gift Card Store offers a variety of prepaid MasterCard and Visa cards in physical or e-card format. You can even design your own card as the ultimate personalized gift. With Gift Card Store, you can gift the gift you know they will love. You know you have made a terrifying horror movie when horror movie fans like me watch it after watching hundreds of horror movies and to get so scared like the way I did with your movie. It made me think, though, what are the movies that terrify Demián Rugna? What are the movies that terrified you when you first watched them? And still have an effect on you now as an adult?
That's really good question. It is a really good question. I make myself all the time. I guess it's not a monster movie that scare me. It is not a serial killer movie that scare me all this time. I guess my real scare is not for the thing that I cannot see, maybe probably paranormal thing. No, I'm scared about the illness. I'm scared about the disease, the to get older, and obviously it's not easy for me to find a horror movie that scare me. But sometimes some situation when I saw in a couple of movies and it scared me really a lot. But not the real. It's not easy to find for me a real horror movie for as fear. But my own fear is more grounded than fantastic.
Please support Matt's movie reviews on Patreon. Get access to exclusive content, request movie reviews and top 10 lists, and help support my work. Please click on the Patreon link in the description below. I wanted to ask you, you have built this world with your movie. It's clear there's a history to the world. People talk about the demonic. There are certain rules. There are things that have happened before. Considering how many people loved your movie and have and I think and I like to think that he's hopefully been very successful for you. Is there potential to revisit that world? Maybe make a prequel to show us how these events happened beforehand that led up to where we are in When Evil Lurks? Because to me, one of the most fascinating things about When Evil Lurks is that we know something has happened, something had to have happened to lead to this. We just don't know what that is. And I think the potential for a prequel is very strong there.
Okay, thank you. Honestly, when I wrote it, I said, this is enough. When I end the shooting, after a lot of stress, because it was a really hard movie made in Argentina with a low budget, I said, okay, there's no more. This is the end. I want to make anything about Evil Lurks in the future. But obviously, people love the movie, and I love this love, and they are pushing me to take it again. I would love to make a sequel, obviously, with the original cast. That is how I consider the sequel, not a new story with all the different casting. I love the sequel that respect even the prequels. But probably the remake are more closer than prequel or sequel. I guess. I don't know, but there's a couple of studios who are pushing hard to buy the rights, and this is probably something that's gonna happen. But anyway, I would love to be part of the creative process if there's a remake. But if I could go back to the original Spanish sequel or prequel, I would love to do it, absolutely. But obviously, if I am with the creative world in my hands, I'll be a part of that.
Well, I got to say, When Evil Lurks is one of my favorite horror movies I've seen this year, and I've seen many of them. I get sent horror movies to me all the time. It's a movie
Thank
that
you.
left an impact on me. It really did. And for everyone out there listening, you can watch When Evil Lurks on Shudder. I highly recommend that if you're a horror movie fan, if you'd like to watch just great filmmaking, watch When Evil Lurks. It's a terrific movie. And Demián Rugna, I thank you so very much for your time today. I thank you for your movie, and I can't wait to see what you do next, because your movies so far, even the little short that you did for Satanic Hispanics, I was a big fan of that too. I love your work,
Great.
and hopefully we see more of your work, and hopefully we can talk again in the future. It's been a pleasure to talk to you today.
Thank you, Matt. I would love to talk with you again in the future, because it means it's gonna happen another movie. Thank you for having me in your podcast.
Demián, thank you so very much for your time and for listening to my questions. And I'll have this podcast up later today. And yeah, best of luck to you, no matter where the future goes. I wish you the best.
I appreciate it, Matt. Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching the Matt's Movie Reviews channel. Please subscribe for more reviews, podcast interviews, and exclusive content.